pursuit with what again?
He, I guess when the guy came to the rough stop on heard him. I don't know if he was going to hit the guy or something, but he veered off to the left. So he was almost positioned, I guess, to go back northbound on Wentworth. He was in no position to, get behind him. So that's why I assumed, primary pursuit vehicle spot, so we wouldn't lose the guy.
And you kind of alluded to, but I want to clarify for myself. You didn't back up when he stops at Loretto and Costa, a little bit past it. You didn't back up. Why? You talked about.
I actually started pulling forward a little bit to close the distance, and then next thing I know, the car was in reverse. I could see police car lights coming behind me. I thought I had nowhere to go. I couldn't go left, couldn't go right, couldn't go reverse. I just stayed there for a few seconds.
When you got out of your car, and you've kind of talked a little bit about it, did you have a plan on how to extract him from the car, or was it just basically go up there and do what you can to get him out?
No plan. I was just trying to physically remove him from the vehicle.
As he's revving the tires, were his wheels spinning?
I don't recall. I mean, I was so focused on, physically engaged with the guy that I really don't recall. I remember the vehicle moving somewhat back and forth, but whether the tires were squealing or what the trailer was doing, I don't know.
Do you know now, looking back at it, have you come up with any reason why you don't think you could get him out? Was he seatbelted in the car?
But I don't believe he was seatbelted in, but like I said, I didn't want to put myself any further in that vehicle and risk, him taking off with me in the vehicle and, get run over or, like I said, lose arms and whatnot.
You testified that you were thinking about, losing an arm or possibly being dragged today. Was that something that was going through your head then too, about not wanting to put yourself in the car?
Yeah, I knew enough not to put myself in the car and that hole there at the time.
When you hit the car and you talked about coming kind of back around to it, and you got out of the car, why did you get your civilian reserve out of the car?
Outside the vehicle, it's an unknown environment. I didn't want her out and about running around. If this guy gets out of the car, starts shooting, then I got to worry about where she at, and you got other officers that may be engaged in gunfire. I just felt it was best for her to stay where we knew where she was at.
You think she stood a better chance in the course of any of the things that you just outlined, sitting front and center to it, as opposed to having the ability to get away if she needed to?
Well, I would hope that she would have, if she needed to, would get out and run or something. But like I said, knowing where she's at, to me, is better than, say, yeah, come on, whatever, and not knowing where she's at in the middle of a crime scene. If he gets out with guns, starts shooting, then, I can't just focus on him. She's family. She's my wife's cousin.
Did Sergeant Carey show you back up, if you remember? To back up out of the way.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but like I said, he said something. I got back away from the car. I don't remember what his exact words were.
And I want to clarify this point. Is it your testimony that as you, whatever caused you to back up, is Sergeant Carey telling you to, or you're just having that sense that now is the time to do that? Was your back turned when the shooting occurred?
I can recall seeing Sergeant Carey to my right, and I was moving kind of behind him. I thought I heard 6 gunshots, and I turned back towards the truck, and I could see him fall towards the passenger door and out the vehicle.
And I just want to make sure that did thought go into it that potentially you start hearing gunfire and you didn't know at that point in time whether that was gunfire from Sergeant Carey at the suspect or potentially from the suspect at Sergeant Carey, but tactically you turned your back on that.
Well, as I'm backing off and I can see muzzle flash coming on the gun. I mean, I was right off to, would have been his right, and I mean, it happened so quick. I mean, the gunshots were so quick. I mean, it was a matter of me taking a couple of steps and turning around, towards the vehicle. And at that point, I saw the threat was over.
Gotcha. I don't have any further questions.
One last question. Did you ever at any time consider or think it was necessary to use deadly force while you were engaged with this suspect?
Like I said, I was so focused on physically getting this guy out of the car. I couldn't see the whole picture of what was going on, and I can't answer that.
You never did make any attempts to unholster your gun or use anything other than I've got further questions. Anybody have any follow-up questions? Use that pointer for reference to me too. If you would please state your full name and the agency you are currently assigned.
Robert Holmquist. I've got 12.5 years with DSO, and I'm assigned to the Marines.
Where were you assigned with?
Zone 3 patrol, working midnights.
Can you describe the actions that you were involved in that led up to this shooting?
Yes, ma'am. I was dispatched to call the criminal mischief.
So tell the whole story.
I was dispatched to a criminal mischief in progress, and I was en route to the call. They updated the call and gave a description of the vehicle that was leaving the scene of the accident. And right as they gave the description, I was passing that vehicle. I was on a hood landing. I made a U-turn, got behind the vehicle, and conducted a traffic stop at the intersection of Hood Landing and St. Augustine Road. Officer Doherty was behind me, and the vehicle decided not to stop. It went through the intersection and turned onto St. Augustine Road and then made a left turn onto Loretto. I followed the vehicle. The vehicle was driving erratic all over the road. I could see the trailer it was pulling. You know, whenever you get going real fast, pulling a trailer, it was swaying really bad, like it was going to lose control. It got into the, I guess, eastbound lane of traveling westbound, and got back over into the correct lane, but it was swaying the entire time. The vehicle turned into a locked-in alley. It's before you get to San Jose on Loretto. And then turned on to Purdom, and right where Purdom meets Gwinford, it came to a stop because Officer Carlson was there, and I actually had to swerve to miss the vehicle. I went to the left side of it, and Officer Doherty was behind me. At that time, the vehicle backed into Officer Doherty. I wasn't aware that that happened. I was kind of in front of it, and the vehicle was able to maneuver and continue on Gwinford towards Loretto Road. At that time, Officer Doherty took lead of the pursuit, and I fell in behind him, and he turned eastbound onto Loretto Road. We continued the pursuit eastbound on Loretto Road, and he came to a stop just past Acosta. Officer Doherty stopped, and then I pulled to the left side and a little in front of Officer Doherty. And at that time, the suspect slammed it in reverse and hit Officer Doherty a second time. And I did witness that one. The trailer was pulling, actually went all the way up onto its hood. And I saw Officer Doherty get out of his vehicle and go to the driver's side. And I did the same. He shattered the window before I got there, but I did see him shatter the window. And he went hands-on trying to extract the driver from the vehicle. I assisted Officer Doherty
went hands-on with the guy. I really felt we could get him from the vehicle. I've worked with him a long time, and we did not get him from that vehicle. He put up a struggle, continued to try to go with the vehicle forward. The vehicle was stuck on Officer Doherty's car. I wasn't aware at that time how stuck it was on the vehicle, but I had the guy by the arms. At one point I had him around the head trying to pull him from the vehicle, and he wasn't coming. Sergeant Terry came around us, told us to disengage from the vehicle. Comply with that, I backed away, also Doherty backed away, and he gave the guy multiple opportunities to stop the vehicle and stop resisting, and the guy continued to rev the vehicle, continued to try to go, and Sergeant Terry moved forward and engaged with his firearm, shot multiple shots, and the suspect fell out of the vehicle.
What information did you have regarding the criminal mischief?
My best knowledge, criminal mischief in progress, and I think vandalizing a vehicle, and then the additional information was I believe a silver or gray Toyota extended cab pulling a trailer with a tractor in the back of it, and they were last seen on Hood Landing heading towards St. Augustine.
Mr. Doherty said that you two coordinated your response to the call by telephone.
I believe I was talking to him on the phone, and he was traveling northbound on St. Augustine, and I was traveling southbound on St. Augustine, and he was actually planning prior to that call to bring his ride along back, and I asked him just to go with me. It's right here, the guy's leaving, and I mean, actually Hood Landing was between us, and we practically turned on Hood Landing from different directions at the same time.
When you first saw the suspect vehicle, it was stopped at the intersection of the red light?
No, ma'am. It was still traveling on Hood Landing, and I did a U-turn and got behind it. And when he came to the stop at the traffic light, that's when I conducted a traffic stop. It wasn't far from St. Augustine. It was a couple hundred yards to the south of St. Augustine.
After you turned on the blue light, did he proceed through the red light, or did he wait until it turned green before he went?
To be honest, I don't know at that point if he ran the red light or not. I was just about to get out of my vehicle whenever he went, and I don't know if the light was green or red. I just got in my vehicle and followed him, and that's whenever I observed his driving pattern, and the call changed to impaired driving.
How soon after you activated your blue light sign did you realize that he was not going to stop?
At first, I mean, he wasn't really driving really fast. It almost could have been like he was looking for a place to stop. But once he turned on to Loretta Road, it was very obvious he was not going to stop for us.
At what point did you feel that pursuit of this vehicle was justified?
As soon as I observed the trailer and the way it was swaying and him going into the other lane, he never had a good driving pattern in the entire pursuit.
You're in the Marine unit, right?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You pull trailers with boats?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
If you accelerate too rapidly while pulling a trailer with something heavy on it, it's gonna do what? You don't have good control over your car.
Right.
The trailer is gonna drift back and forth in the lane, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, it was a small trailer too, and I would probably do it a little more than a big trailer. And almost got to the point where I thought he was going to lose control of the trailer.
So it's your opinion that he was DUI at that point and not that he was trying to accelerate while pulling a trailer?
Yes, ma'am. He really didn't speed that bad on Loretta Road. It was just he wasn't driving straight.
Is that the point that you believe that he was intoxicated?
Yes, ma'am.
Not because he was pulling the trailer?
Well, not solely because he was pulling the trailer. the way the trailer was swinging was bad. He was also going into the other lane.